Very good evening to you and welcome to South Today. I'm Jo Kent. Coming up tonight, she kept a Worthing landlady jailed for holding a vulnerable woman as an unpaid slave for 7 years has now been ordered to pay her victim almost £200,000. It's to cover unpaid wages and stolen welfare benefits. Fazana Kauser took control of her victim's finances, cut her off from her family and forced her to cook, clean and care for her children. Sean Killick reports. An urgent review is underway at Wiltshire Police over possible failings by the force to protect potential victims of domestic abuse. More than 3,000 cases will have to be rechecked and the independent police watchdog is also investigating. Well, let's get more on this. Our reporter Lindsay Kinghorn joins me. Lindsay, what's all this about then?
Well, Jo, this urgent review is centred around the Domestic Violence Disclosure Scheme, better known as Clare's Law. It was named after 36 stances.
So what's gone wrong in Wiltshire?
Well, it's not entirely clear yet. The force called in the Independent Office for Police Conduct earlier this year after concerns about disclosures made by one member of staff who has now been suspended. Wiltshire Police is now... For this, she has apologised, but the Police and Crime Commissioner has gone further, calling the situation appalling. It's not clear how long the review will take, and the force says it will try to contact anyone they feel may have been put at risk.
Lindsay, thank you very much. The leader of the Isle of Wight Council has called for an urgent review after admitting that the response to some of the flooding on the island has been inadequate. It comes as a growing number of questions are being asked about what measures were taken to protect homes and businesses. Thankfully, there was no significant rain overnight, allowing the clean-up operation to continue today. And Jana Gadgil reports from Ryde. The councillor has resigned from the Labour group at Oxford City Council as part of a protest against the party's stance on Gaza. Councillor Barbara Coyne. An Oxford-based biotech firm is working towards a new drug for a rare and currently incurable brain disease, which it hopes will go into clinical trials next year. The condition, known as HABC, is so rare that there are only 200 known cases worldwide. 10-year-old Ollie Hooper from Andover in Hampshire is one of them. It was almost 3 years before he was fully diagnosed. Sophia Seth has his story. His mum Claire ending that report. Now today marks the launch of the annual Royal British Legion Poppy Appeal. It's an important moment with the campaign raising more than £47 million last year. Many are keen to help, including a parade of independent shops in Wokingham who put on special window displays to raise awareness. But they've been left shocked after vandals attempted to smash their way into one shop to steal items. Tom Hepworth reports. Let's move on to some sport now. As you can see, Lewis joins me. And another big night for Brighton in European action, isn't it?
Yeah, they've had a fantastic season last season, didn't they, in the Premier League? And the reward was to obviously get into European competition. But it's now having an impact on their season. But tonight, they're gearing up for their third match in European football. We featured Verity last week, so it's great to see her win a medal. Maybe
yeah, it's great news. Saw her here first. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Thanks very much, Lewis. Now, of course, during the pandemic, loads of great community initiatives came out of that. And a food sharing project in Berkshire, which started out as just a small grub club during the pandemic, has grown into a huge food charity.
Yeah, we first filmed at Share Wokingham 3 years ago. It's now just opened its 15th community pantry, with volunteers distributing fresh produce that would otherwise have been thrown away.
Supporting up to 2,000 people each and every week, it's a service which is both needed and cherished. Nikki Mitchell returned to feel the community vibe. Such a great community initiative, isn't it? Gives you a warm and fuzzy feeling, doesn't it? Let's move on to the all-important weather forecast now. Let's look at some of your pictures first, though, and that's all for us from this evening as well. John Cuthill will have your late news at 10:30. Have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.
Good night.